What are some things the USA does right? Story 1. Preservation of large areas of wilderness while still making it very accessible for almost anyone to use and enjoy. USAF operates their survival school out of Conixon National Forest in upstate Washington, and they're very strict about how we disposed of our MRE trash. On the last night we were there, the flight chief said if anyone threw MRE trash in the crapper, basically just a hole they dug and put some brush around to give privacy, they'd randomly pick someone and have them pick all the pieces of trash out of the hole. When we had fires at night, the instructors made sure to follow all the USFS regulations on having to dig up the ground to prevent embers from burning into the roots and spreading to surrounding trees. As a nature guy and a former firefighter, it was awesome to see all the instructors take such pride in preserving the land they are using. Story 2. The National Weather Service. That's where all the rest of the USA weather channels get their information. Enjoy all of the weather forecasts you could ever want without the constant ads and sensationalized media. Plus hourly charts that forecast temperature, humidity, wind speed and direction, and precipitation sorted by type for the next 2 days. Down to the resolution of your zip code and or nearest airport. Story 3. Long hiking trails and wilderness areas. I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail this summer, and I agree wholeheartedly. Most folks who I met on the trail were international hikers, too. And a lot of them went through hell to secure a B2 visa this year just to come over and walk this 18-inch strip of dirt from Mexico to Canada. Story 4. The public libraries. They are amazing. I'm a public librarian, and I really appreciate seeing this. Please tell your library how much they mean to you, and tell your local government. We are facing unprecedented challenges to books and free programs for the public. Local governments constantly want to cut our budgets, or restrict what we do because some Moms for Liberty group in another state didn't like that a program we offer. A lot of us have received threats for doing what we do, and some of the things I've personally heard and witnessed, yeah. Story 5. National Parks. This is a big one. Our national park system is fantastic, and as a country we should be more proud of it than I think we really are. Story 5. Geography in general, not that it's a man-made thing. The US has a vast array of climates and geographic features. The differences between Arizona, New York, Florida, Alaska, Wisconsin, California, etc. are pretty staggering. It's even crazier when you think how much it can vary in those individual places. I live in Arizona and it's desert in Phoenix, but you can go 2 hours north to luscious greenery and snow in the winter. Story 6. North American conservation model is wildly successful. This is true. I love that it's so difficult to mitigate wetlands which are so essential to our ecosystem. Where I live in Ohio, you have to go through the Army Corps of Engineers if you want to mitigate anything over an acre. Anything under an acre still requires approval, but you can get a national permit. The Army Corps is notoriously slow and difficult to work with, and tokens to mitigate the wetlands cost $100,000 plus per acre. I love that the process is so difficult and costly so that it conserves our wetlands. Story 7. The Americans with Disabilities Act. We don't have perfect inclusion of disabled people, but we're a lot better at it than lots of places. As a plaintiff-side ADA attorney, the ADA is not only impressive for the subjects it specifically tackles, but for how broadly it protects disabled individuals. I might be biased, but there does not exist a stronger piece of legislation protecting rights. Story 8. No smoking in most buildings. Smoking as a whole, the U.S. anti-smoking movement is a fairly big success story. And people get it entirely wrong. It wasn't so much an issue of people smoking. It was an issue of service workers being exposed constantly. My parents worked at a casino in college, and you can't imagine the amount of old-timers that died of cancer/COPD, etc. despite never smoking. Story 9. Diner food. Especially breakfast. It's unique in its simplicity, ubiquity, mostly good quality, and the comprehensive range of items. You can walk into a diner in any town in America, any time of the day or night, and get presented with the same 5 to 10 pages of menu options you'd see anywhere else. No matter what you are hankering for, It's on the menu and you'll be eating within 10 minutes of ordering. It's a good quality, predictable, satisfying and cheap meal you can find anywhere. The epitome of comfort food.